Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Blue Ridge Off Grid. It is a cool day here in the mountains of North Carolina, and last night was very interesting. We had some thunder and lightning and heavy downpours and some hail. So that's typically unheard of in January here in this area. So it's going to be interesting to see if the old wise tale pans out to be true here in a week or so, to see if we have some snow or ice or a combination or a bad winter storm move in because of the weather last night. It was interesting, to say the least. But at any rate, life is good. I'm gonna say this again. Have you guys seen the price of eggs? They're still rising. It's crazy. I've still got friends that I see out periodically that are complaining about it, and they're like, "Oh my God, have you seen the price of eggs? It's just nuts." But one of the things that I want to bring to your attention today is that a lot of families, especially lower income families, have been getting COVID emergency food assistance since COVID arrived. And that is a federal program that is getting ready to end, and I believe it's going to end in all 50 states. So these families have been getting, like, I think around $100 extra a month in food assistance because of the pandemic, and that is coming to an end. They're sending out notices that is coming to an end. So these lower income families are going to be losing $100, and $100 is a lot of money when you're feeding a family of 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's something to think about. It's really sad times that we live in. So I hope that all of you guys are heeding the warning to prepare, to have alternative heating sources available, to have alternative water sources available. We're going to kind of talk about that today here, about one of our alternative water sources here at Blue Ridge Off Grid. We'll be right back. So one of the alternative water sources that we have here at Blue Ridge Off Grid is rainwater catchment. You can see that tank right there. That's my tank. It's an IBC tote. When I got the IBC tote, I got it from a distillery, and that IBC tote had only had alcohol in it, and the alcohol was used to make, I think, bourbon. So knowing that alcohol was in that tote, I knew that tote was sterile, and so when I started catching water with it, I knew I didn't have to worry about any chemicals or anything like that being in that tote, because I got it from a distillery. So if you plan on doing rainwater catchment and you have a gutter system that catches the rainwater and sends it down into the tote like you see in the background here, I'm showing you a little bit of it today. Make sure that when you get your IBC tote that you know the origin of it, and that you know what it was used for, and you know what's been in it. Because if chemicals, harsh chemicals, acidic chemicals, or anything like that have been in it, that can be very, very detrimental to your plumbing. It can be detrimental to your health, period. So I love rainwater catchment. It is wonderful. I bathe in it. My skin is so much softer. I do treat the water. We'll discuss that in another video with how I treat my water and keep it sanitary. It is drinkable. How we drink it, or how I drink it, is I run it through a Berkey filter, and we'll discuss that in another video as well, running it through a Berkey black filter. So I have a Berkey system as well. But today, like I said, I wanted to brush on an alternative water source, and that water source, like I said, is my tote. It's my rainwater catchment. I love it. I've been having a real good luck with catching rainwater. We fill up every week. I usually don't even get below 3/4 of a tote. It's been really great to use. So I love it. Rainwater catchment is very healthy, especially in areas like where I'm at here, where we don't have a lot of pollutants in the air because we're away. Excuse me. We're away of urban areas where there's typically lots of pollution from automobiles and factories and that sort of thing. So rainwater catchment. I'm going to brush real quick on when you're getting a tote, an IBC tote, and you start plumbing your own rainwater catchment system. Plumbing the system is actually fairly easy. It's really easy. But the tote, you have some things that you need to consider. I've already touched base on that. You need to know the origin of the tote, where it came from, what's been in the tote. And you also need to prepare that tote to where algae cannot grow in it, and mold and those sort of things. So I'm going to show some pictures here shortly of what I did with my tote. I actually took the plastic tank out of it, and I wrapped it in black plastic, several layers of black plastic, and then I placed it back into the frame. And of course, I've got two covers. These covers are both waterproof. I also have it insulated as well, so no light can get in, either underneath or from the top. So my tank stays algae free and mold free. And like I said, I do treat my water with some tablets. It's something that the military uses. It smells very good, and it's very soft water, after you treat it. So it's just one little tablet you drop in, boom, done. It's great. It's great. But you have to prepare that tank to where you don't have algae, you don't have mold, and you don't have things like that growing because of the light. So it's a process, and it is a labor-intensive process. But once you get it done, you've got clean water. Love rainwater catchment. Be sure to check the local laws in your state and in your area within regards to rainwater catchment. Some states and some areas do have laws preventing or outlawing rainwater catchment. It's kind of crazy. I think that's ridiculous. In fact, it's just downright wrong, especially if it's your property and you're catching it. But it's true. So you need to check that before you implement a rainwater catchment system. Like I said, living off grid, easy peasy. It's not as hard as you think it is, and it is a rather relaxing lifestyle. It really is. We have chores that we have to do here every day, and it's just a much healthier lifestyle. It's more laid back. You just don't have the worries that you do when you're on the grid, when you're on a sewage system, a water system, or the power system, the local power system. I don't have to worry about any of those things. I have a septic tank. I have rainwater catchment. We also have other water sources here, which we'll discuss in later in other episodes. And of course, we make our own power and we harvest our own power. One thing that we'll discuss in the next video is having alternative power sources as well. That's something else that you need to take into consideration. But remember, if you're thinking about rainwater catchment, that's a good idea. Just make sure you check your local laws and make sure you prep your tank, and you prep your tank properly. If you don't, it really could make somebody sick. We'll be right back. So we're glad that everybody joined us today for this version of Blue Ridge Off Grid. The wind is getting up, and it's going to be a very cool night here. Very cool night. So The wind is getting up and there may be some snow in the forecast. That sounds like fun, don't it? At any rate, we're glad that you joined us today. We're grateful that you were here, and we hope that you're heeding the warnings of preparation for difficult times. Many power grids lately nationwide have been attacked. They have been basically vandalized. Intentional attack, taking the power grids down for days for folks. And we hope that you're heeding the warnings on that. The recent cold snap that we had, where we got down to 0 degrees and lower, so many people, their water pipes busted and their power was turned off due to the fact that the power company wanted to save the grid or conserve. Please heed those warnings and get you an alternative heating source. Have alternative water sources as well. And if you don't want to live off grid and you don't want to go the route that we've done here, there's nothing wrong with that. But you can still prepare being on grid. Help your neighbors, help one another, share ideas. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, please ask in the comment section below. And like I said, just in every video, be kind, because it's going to take a village to get through what's coming. Please like, share, and subscribe our videos. If you would, just give us a thumbs up down below. Please like and subscribe directly from our YouTube page. We greatly appreciate that. And if you would, share our information. Our next video, we're going to be talking about some alternative power sources. That's what's coming next. Try to give you a little hint. But at any rate, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us. God bless, and we'll see you soon.